final 1.7 tier list is here for Zenless Zone Zero, and there have been a small amount of changes to it. So I also want to put my input where I think these 2.0 characters are going to go, that being Yi, that also being Miss Jufufu, and then also the Panda Man himself. So we're going to be going over the full tier list today to see where everything is placed at, how things got moved up, moved down, if anything did at all, and what is the breaking point in the future for Zenless Zone Zero. Because my god, if we take a look at the tier list here, guys, like, I mean, the DPS, brother, what? Like, there has to be a breaking point at some point in time, right? Because there is no shot that the tier list is this unbalanced, right? I really do feel like there needs to be a lot of changes to this particular placement right here, or this particular tier 0.5. There is no shot that we should have one tier 0, three tier 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There has to be a breaking point. I think it has to be the same breaking point as we had before. I believe, like, patch like 1.4, that we had like the same thing here. We had all the DPS fanned out, and then they all dropped. That needs to happen again, and I think that maybe they're saving for 2.0 to do that. I'm not sure. There have been absolutely zero changes to the support tier list. Now, do I agree with this? Yeah, I mean, I don't think there should be any changes as of right now. But since we're in the support tier list right now, I do want to give you my rating for where I think the Panda Man can go. And I think Panda Man, obviously being on the banner with Miss Yi, I think that he'll probably be placed pretty high just because of the fact he'll probably be a decent sub DPS or support. And considering Pulchra is right here, and Pulchra is like one of the best in slot breakers right now for SANBY, or I guess is like the best 4-star option for SANBY, I would probably dare to put him right here, especially with how his kit works, right? If he works in tandem with what Yi does, and if you guys know what Yi does, if you haven't looked at leaks, then I don't think anyone else is going to really be able to take use of most of what he does. Not to say that they can't take use of some of what he does, but I would be putting up here in tier 1 the same placement as Pulchra's plays, with the support of Soldier Zero Ambi here, right? But everything else here I pretty much agree with. There's nothing else that can be said here, but we did get one placement moved up. That was Mr. Furry Lycon. Now, I actually do think, as a whole, breakers have been... I guess breakers in a way have been elevated even more so because of the addition of Hugo Vlad. Now, Hugo Vlad, obviously, if you don't know what he does, he is going to be playing off of breaking the enemy and doing totalized damage, which is taking that stun meter, reducing it to 0, and then doing a big chunk of damage to the enemy. And the big thing with him, I think, guys, in my opinion, is having a main breaker on the field. For me, I've said this multiple times, I think that Lighter should be a support character. Not to say that his breaking is dog shit by any means. I think his breaking is subpar compared to the other 5-star breakers we have in the game, but I do think his buffs are what really matter. I think his buffs are super strong. I really do think the buff and support role he plays does outweigh the breaker role that he plays, or the stunner role that he plays. I don't know why I keep saying breaker, but in my opinion, he does outplay what he does as a stunner as a support character. So I'd be probably moving him over here to tier 0 with Astrial, just because of how strong it is for fire and ice characters. And considering that literally over half of our characters are either fire or ice, he's just really super strong right now in the current meta, and I don't think, yeah, I mean, nothing else can be really said there. Yeah, I think Lycon deserves to be moved up. He helps ice characters, as you can see. Hugo and miyabi can both take use of him there. Also, I guess you could put her in the equation there for the ice res, but he is a main breaker on the field. You can kind of just come in and use burst DPS with him, or burst breaking with him, and then also, like, when you use someone like a Trigger, right, or a Pulchra right on the team with a Lycon, he's a main breaker, they help break as well. It all turns out to be a dandy day. And I might have a little bit of a hot take here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my hat in the ring for next patch, version 2.0's tier list. I would probably be moving up Coleta. I think Coleta deserves to move up a tier just from how Yi's kit works and how her damage source, or what her main damage source is. I think that I think that Coleta deserves to move up because of that. Now, I kind of want to hop into what our DPS are, right? Because we've already talked about, yeah, we have these DPS that need to have a breaking point, and then we have miyabi, right? My main problem with Hugo right now is he is not this tier right here. I don't think he's this tier. I think he could be very close to this tier. I do think if I were to give him an overall rating of all the current DPS we have on tier 0.5, I think he is the best of the tier 0.5 with the least amount of restrictions, barring that you do have 2 breakers for the team. I do think while yes, Ambi is great, or SANBY is great, there are a lot more restrictions in place with getting damage out, considering it's aftershock damage, and you need to have a separate buff to do that, right? So for me, what I would do with this, right, I'm going to keep Hugo same tier, tier 0.5. I keep Ambi here, tier 0.5. For next patch, I would genuinely probably, I'll keep it a buck with you guys. I genuinely think Evelyn moves up to tier 0 with the release of Jufufu, which I guess I didn't even rank Jufufu. Let me rank her real quick. Jufufu's up here. I think that she is the same level as these characters right here. And I would probably move Trigger down one to their tier because I think Jufufu just kind of enhances upon what Trigger's able to do. And I'd be moving Evelyn up because I think Jufufu literally brings out the best in what Evelyn can do. So I'd be moving Evelyn up to this tier 0, which will be a new tier in a second here. But yeah, I'd be moving Evelyn up to tier 0 here. Yanagi for me moves down. I think Yanagi for me moves down just because of the fact that the blooms that Vivian's able to provide, I think is a little bit better. And then she can also be used as a sub DPS, so she's better in my opinion. And I think Bernice moves down just because sub DPS capabilities versus Vivian are very different. So to clean this up for you guys, I would be moving Bernice down. I would be moving Evelyn up next patch. I would be moving Yanagi down. And then our 3 tier 0.5s would be Vivian, Hugo, and then also Soldier 0 for next patch version 2.0. And then for these other DPS here, genuinely, I think that Piper still is really fucking strong. I would probably move Zhuyan down. I do think Zhuyan probably on the same tier of what Haramasa is. Haramasa expert tier, I think, is better than what Zhuyan is able to do. So for that, I think they're on the same tier. If you're expert, he becomes better, just like this kind of thing presents right here. And then everyone else here, yeah, I think she's kind of dog shit, but she is getting a buff. And I don't want to really touch on the buffs right now. I'll do a full dedicated video for the buffs these characters are getting. But yeah, I mean, really, other than this, guys, I think that's really it for my takes on this. Like, I feel my takes aren't too bad. The only person we haven't really ranked yet would be the Miss Yi. And I really do think, if we're talking in terms of like what she's able to do, I think she is a cut above. I really do think that we have the new tier 0 here. This will be tier 0.5 here. And then this is tier 1. And then this is tier 2. And then this is tier whatever 1.5, right? Or my bad, tier 1.5 here, guys. Tier T3 here, T4, and then on tier 5 here. That's what I would probably rate. But anyways, guys, this is my tier list charting right here. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what your thought on it. You'll probably tell me I'm Cope because you always tell me I'm Cope. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video, guys, and let's go Zenless Gunner 0 on. I don't know why I said that. Bye. See you later. Also, gamers, one other thing, with version 2.0 coming, tell me what videos do you want to see for Zenless Zone 0? Do you guys want to see what the 5 best characters to build in Zenless Zone 0 are before patch 2.0 comes out? Do you want to see more content on me clearing Deadly Assault? Do you guys want to see more content on me clearing Shield Defense? Let me know that in the comment section down below, because I really do want to start pushing out more Zenless Zone 0 content, because right now I do enjoy this game a lot more than I do Honkai Star Rail. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Later. Bye-bye.